Vodafone, The Road to Odense, Betway, MSI, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.
And another marathon here on the side of Not As Sincere as they find success over this here Fnatic team. 22-20 was the scoreline, and it went the full distance there on Overpass. Chad and I are going to begin to break this one down as best as possible. NaVi seem to be on a tear with these overtimes.
Yeah, man, they're loving their close games, but it's not just us here on the main stream. The secondary stream also had an overtime game with the Mousesports versus Big matchup on Dust 2. Big taking that one in overtime 19-16. So that's your B stream update out of the way. But looking at this one, just to get us to that point of overtime, the points we were making, right? The fact of everybody contributing for this NaVi roster, just to get them to overtime, Zeus won a 1-on-2 situation. This just shows you everyone's contributing, everyone's firing on all cylinders like you were talking about, Trace, and they're having to fight from behind. They were down 14-13, came back, took it to OT, managed to get the victory.
And I mean, if we talk stats, we could talk a little bit about the Fnatic side, where in which we did see, I don't want to say debut, but definitely a new-looking Fnatic lineup here with Twist and Brolan also in the team. It kind of sets the tone for how they presented themselves throughout this matchup. Now, Chad, what are you thinking about this here look? Well,
the fact of the matter is to take a team like NaVi this far in the early stages on a map that we haven't seen them play yet. This is the first time, so you could say a debut for Fnatic on the map of Overpass. These are fantastic signs, right? Brolan putting up 32 kills. You've got on the likes of Twist 30 as well. Everybody contributed. It's quite even as far as the frag charts are talking here. It wasn't just, you know, the Crim show, or JW wasn't just styling on everybody. They played well as a team. You can see how they're able to play off of each other, and the individual brilliance is shining through when it has to.
Yes, and just like that, we did see some flashiness there from side of Edward just a little bit, but for what it's worth, Fnatic have been toppled here, and it wasn't overtime. Seeing this did go the distance. Let's talk about what NaVi did right, Chad.
Well, these are the games, right, when they go overtime that's so back and forth, and these pivot rounds that we always talk about, the game-changing rounds, we had 9 1vX situations in this game alone. That tells you how many of these scenarios, if they'd flopped the other way, could have quickly, you know, given another team a huge victory. So these pivot rounds, we had 9 of them, 5 of which went in the favor of NaVi and 4 for Fnatic. So these are the 1vX situations. So that right there could be looked at as a stat line to get NaVi across the line in an overtime game, because these are always the smallest of margins.
How about this? When we begin to shift the topic a little bit about Inferno, because honestly, I think it's about time for us to change it up just a little bit, Chad. I might even button it up there a little bit for you so I look a little bit proper.
I didn't bring my pen, so the pointing here isn't going to be fantastic, Trace, but we talked about the pistol rounds before we got into this matchup, right? We said this is what we saw NaVi do. Well, here they're going to actually have a different approach. We just want to draw your attention over towards the little mini-map up here. This is Simple going aggressive right now for information. He's going to be able to spot. He sees nothing, but he hears the stampeding footsteps through the connector, which prompts him to fall back. They've actually stacked 4 players over towards this B bomb site in case of a rush, but now we're going to play out the clip. This is quite a long one, Trace. So we've set it up. We know that this is different from last time. Last time we saw them play heavy connector. If they'd done that, they would have been in a battle with 3 players off the bat. Now we're going to see the rotation come in just off of the information that Simple's given. We're going to see an execute get set up on the side of Fnatic, and they're going to cascade into the bomb site with these smokes. So this is a change-up. We've seen 2 different pistol rounds in 2 different nights from NaVi, and they're actually going to win this one. Now the cool thing here is they go a man down. They have a flash in the likes of Zeus. The rotation's coming in. You can see now all 5 members for this NaVi roster are on the bomb site. And Fnatic here, you know, they look like they're in a pretty good position, right?
Yep.
So the thing is, now they can play the post plant. We're talking about a 4-on-5 situation, but these 2 big kills fall in the favor for JW. Now they just need to sit back. But Brolan actually goes aggressive, and this is where he gets punished. And unfortunately for this point, what was looking like a fantastic 3-on-2 situation falls apart very quickly. Exist is isolated, and his player over here towards the bathrooms doesn't step out to trade him quick enough. He goes down, and NaVi are able to grab that pistol round. So we've seen 2 different variations. One where they hedge towards the B-bomb site, which is what they did tonight. And last night, they did a very heavy connector presence. So maybe just tailoring through a couple of these pistols.
I mean, I think very important to note, and this happens a lot no matter what platform or where you're playing, is punishing a player based on their aggressiveness towards the end of the round. Maybe, yes, he gets this little bone in his body where it's, oh, we've got these 2 frags, I can probably push a little bit in here and maybe end the round early, but we saw how that can go wrong.
Well, it's all in the moment, right? This is Counter-Strike, and, you know, if you make the wrong decision, even if you make the right decision, sometimes it's those missed shots, and we've even highlighted that last night with, you know, the likes of NaVi making the right decisions and, you know, still not being able to convert the rounds. But moving on to Inferno, Here's a couple of points that we're going to be looking at. We're going to bring this bad boy up here, and I'm going to lay of the land for everybody at home, the CT setups that both of these teams are running, so you can keep an eye on it. Any second now.
There we go.
Oh, it's up on the main screen. Okay, never mind. Let's just take a quick look at this map, right? What you want to be... Now we don't have the map. Here's what we're going to talk about. I'll just talk about
Just
the setup,
relax,
shall I?
Chad. Just breathe a little bit. Yes, we're going to Inferno between NaVi and Fnatic. Now, Chad, make your point, make it clear and concise, and use your little fingers.
I like to point.
Let's make something happen here.
So over towards the B bomb site for NaVi, the defenders are Simple, who's going to be the point man, relatively aggressive towards Banana with Edward in tow. We've seen Edward have a lot of highlights playing at the back here. Over towards A, it's the Zeus and Electronic combo with Flamey secondary ARP over towards Arch. Now, if we want to think about Fnatic, we haven't seen them play a lot, but let's think about their setup. It is Brolan and Exist anchoring over towards this pit and quad position. We have over towards the Arch side JW with the AWP, and for the B-bomb side, I believe it is Twist, with Crims. So that's basically the lay of the land for the CT setups for both of these teams.
A big difference there in Twist and Twist. Obviously, we've got at least 2 of them floating around, maybe a little bit more. But, Chad, we can look out for these things on Inferno, but I suppose while we have this up, what other tendencies should we be looking out for here, perhaps with oppers across the map, or where should we be looking at it?
So even though I pointed out JW plays the Arch side with the AWP, he's always going to go aggressive. He likes to go window, he likes to go halls. Those are positions for him. For Simple, he likes to aggressively in Banana, which allows them to stack 4 players over towards the A-bomb side on the side of NaVi.
Because he is a heavy hitter and he can get away with that.
Yes,
basically.
Indeed.
Well, we do have our commentators. We do have a little bit of Inferno action that we're going to be jumping into here in just a second. But I have to ask you, Chad, before we get into Inferno, who's going to win it?
NaVi are going to take this one, unfortunately.
Well, that could be the case. And in fact, it's going to be Harry and Hugo doing the dirty deed, that is. Take it away, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much, Trace. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I'm not too sold on the NaVi pick there, I'll be honest. I'm thinking that Fnatic could take this one. You know, we saw them play versus Astralis on this map, for example. They managed to get 12 rounds versus the Danes here. I mean, you know, not a win, but I think, you know, this is an absolutely fantastic map for the Astralis side. So let's see. Anyway, Pistol Round going to be well and truly already underway. And Flamey, he's opened things up here for NaVi.
Yeah, aggression down Banana here from NaVi. They went 5B in this pistol round. That is ridiculous. And Fnatic, they've not actually realized they're being completely hounded from behind. They would have already pushed the A site if they knew that NaVi had 5 players in middle right now on this pistol. Twist getting the kill on Flamey, but still NaVi are getting so aggressive and keeping up the pressure, not allowing Fnatic to get out of the apartments and plant this bomb. Simple's moved back into the hallway, and now Fnatic are really getting pincered in. JW not ready for that push, and Electronic, he's going to hear Brolan coming from behind and even take a second kill. It's only Twist left up, and Fnatic, they have been rifled out of this round. NaVi in a 2-on-1.
Ooh, Twist has gone ahead and found himself one. He's on for the ace as well, so absolutely monumental pistol round from him thus far. Electronic on 3 kills of his own has to go ahead and find 4 if he wants to win this, but he's already positioned perfectly to shut this down. He's going to hear all these footsteps coming on in, but Twist, he does spot him. He does spot him indeed. Both players missing. Oh, it's a little bit, you know, hit and miss there in the one-on-one, but finally Twist going to get it done. That's the ace as well for that man. I'm just dropping absolutely everything right now. Fnatic going to be 1-0 up in this game.
Yeah, and like NaVi dropping the ball on that one. That was a fantastic start for the CT side. They get aggressive down Banana. They get a 5-on-3, probably like a 4-on-2 as well. And then Twist out of nowhere just kills everyone. Odds favoring NaVi thanks to Betway, but what on earth was that? JW just one-shotting Flamey at the top and middle. Simple does respond with his own deagle, so we're back into a 4-on-4 here. But either way, Fnatic, they forced the issue. Oh, sorry, NaVi have forced the issue. Fnatic, only 1 rifle in this round, so there's a very good chance NaVi could actually swing through and run away with something. They've got a gun for themselves, Electronic on a FAMAS. Simple's on this scout as well, so things definitely not as clean and concise for Fnatic. Not the last round was anything like that either. We'll be setting up for this B play, and Edward, he's back on the coffin. We've got the boost up as well from Electronic. This is a really good angle with this FAMAS as well. If his teammate can take the attention with lots of nades flying in. Electronic very lucky, he actually falls back off that position. Edward overrun on the bomb site. And now it is just going to be Electronic here alone, but he cannot hold. These 2 CT players are getting pushed as well from JW. And even though Simple grabs that dig, he is too low to give this consideration. Fnatic will convert their second round a little cleaner than the pistol.
Yeah, an important thing to note, that was the force bite from NaVi into this second round. They're going to be ecoing in the following and then getting a buy together in the next. This is, you know, kind of a runoff of the more standard meta that we're used to seeing. Before the update, at least. You know, usually teams electing to eco in the second round now and then buy in the third. But I'm a bigger fan of this. I'm a bigger fan of what NaVi have done. You know, I've been saying this since I think the changes came in. I still like keeping the force buy in the second round, not because, you know, old habits die hard, but because, you know, you're going to be getting 2,400 when you lose this one, so you can see everyone sitting around that amount now, and then you go ahead and get 2,900 in the next, so you're going to have plenty of utility into that full buy in round number 4. And, as we kind of saw, Fnatic, you know, like, it's been a bit of a mixed bag. Some teams electing to go way heavier into the rifles in that second round as a result, but then some electing to go for kind of nothing in case the upset does come in, right? So then you both have money for a purchase. I know it's still a very turbulent and awkward time within CS, where everyone's trying to figure out how best to play around this this new meta.
I think it's quite cool. Like, again, people kind of blow stuff out of the water and go, oh my god, what is this change from Valve? But I don't know, it's keeping it fresh, it's keeping it interesting.
Definitely.
Like,
I think it's a good change.
Yeah,
I just mean, you know, it's still an adjustment period, right?
Whether it's kind of good for the game in the sense of, like, you know, it makes it more exciting or it puts more weight on certain rounds. Regardless of all of that, it's interesting to have something fresh and new to talk about.
Plus, all I'm saying is, you know, this is the most active Valve have ever been with this game. So let's not give them too much stick for it. You know, think about it, in the space of, what, 2-3 weeks, they added a bunch of skins, new gun in the form of the MP5 that's actually pretty decent, and then they make massive changes to the economy. So, you know, big fan. They're trying to remedy problems. Speaking of problems, let's see if Zeus with... he had a Zeus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Zeus with a Zeus. Sadly, doesn't get anything done, Hugo.
Yeah, looked away at the wrong time here. Fnatic going to be creeping through this Moto smoke and Twist. He's up on the site. It's Simple in the graveyard. And he's going to be put to one in a second. Twist just runs and guns. And now NaVi, 2 players lined up, wrong side of the map. And at the wrong time, because Crimson's already taken down Flamey, peeking back into middle. And Edward, he's just having a bit of a read here in the library. But Fnatic, 3 rounds on this T side. Nice clean one as well. Exactly what they need to start off this map. People probably banking a little bit on NaVi in this game to take it. A very strong Inferno team, yes, but with the fact that we just saw Fnatic pull NaVi to a double OT. I want to say pull NaVi, it was kind of... It was Fnatic, you know, losing out on a lot of opportunities where they had that advantage and had the ability to close out the map. So NaVi more so pulling Fnatic into double OT, even though, you know, obviously they did pick up the win. But yeah, I think there's a definite chance we could be seeing a split map series here, despite the head-to-head between these teams. Again, right, new roster, so take it as you will. But head-to-head, these guys are 8-1 in favor of NaVi in the last, you know, 3 months. And NaVi, clearly the kryptonite for Fnatic, but not in these first 3 rounds. With no one guns out, Zeus is going to burn to a crisp. Double nade and a Molotov. That is a fiery start to this round for Fnatic. We do have the AWP on Simple peeking down middle with no AWP to counter him as well, but Fnatic, they've kind of escaped his clutches. They've gone second mid instead. And NaVi, look at his gamble on that B-bomb site. 3 players here, Simple's alone. Definitely the player you want to put on your own, but again, with 3 positions to cover, short, long, and apartments, this is too much for one man, so he'll call for the help of Electronic moving back into positions. Fnatic set up for the execute.
Yeah, these rotations from NaVi given a little bit of extra time to come through. Fnatic very slow on this execution has now meant that there's going to be 4 players here for NaVi. In fact, they're still committed. They're still going in. A wall of smokes is down to at least give them some safe passage down into the pit. But even then, Flamey has still opened up and he's still found another man. It's going to be Simple now looking to try and shut this down from Graveyard. And while they've burnt Electronic out of position a bit, Simple as well might face the same fate. Now this is possible. 3 on 3, and you can see wrapping up through short. There's going to be Twist. Molotov looking to try and force some players out of this bomb site and into the open. Twist going to manage one more. They have to deal with Electronic, who now stands here alone. 1v1 BJW, and both players tagged down very, very low. The advantage is going to be lying slightly with Electronic, as he can soak up a few more shots. JW have only needed the 1, so that will be NaVi securing themselves their first rifle round here in round number 4.
And a really close round, though, considering Fnatic actually were in a very strong position. They had that pit control. Yes, Simple was starting to pluck them away, but I mean, the miss there was JW trying to take down a man on the site. I think it was Flamey, and he peeks in and just switches to a nade as he gets peeked. So NaVi get the information that Fnatic is still actually in the site and very ready for that one. Twist, I think, is 10-1 right now. He had a sick previous map, and he has started off this one fantastically. Again, an ace in the pistol round certainly does help that. But AWP here on Simple, once again, JW has taken one of his own, and going to be seeing that AWP duel. Simple, definitely more fun to watch on the CT side of Inferno. Up here on that archway right now. Again, 2 players here for NaVi. That's perfectly fine. Just being careful in case Fnatic go for one of these heavy B plays. And right now, that is the case with 3. Boost employed from NaVi, just to throw a spanner in the works. But Fnatic will still be setting up their nades to actually go for this commitment.
Twist. Looking at the early man advantage here for the Fnatic boys, and now not going to go ahead and get any more, but Exist always going to get burnt out. These rotations coming in. NaVi a lot faster on them. The real problem going to lie on Crims as he sits posted up to go on this flank over here towards A. He's actually cleared a decent bit of ground, but the bomb could get spotted by Electronic, who's over in Boiler. This could be the thing that ends the round for Fnatic. This is going to be the biggest duel that we see happen in this round. If Brolin manages to get by, then they're still in with a chance, but never mind. Zeus going to go ahead and beat Electronic to the punchline. And now it's just Crims left alive. He's not going to be ready for Electronic here. And that will be the second round on the board for NaVi.
A really nice setup there, because after NaVi show their second player and Simple gets one up kill, Fnatic have the information that NaVi have got a 2-man B setup, and because of Crims' position, they decide, okay, we'll rotate that bomb back through mid, we'll take that A bomb site, but Zeus, one step ahead, rushes down Banana after realizing it, and Electronic was already posted anyway to be that insurance policy if Zeus weren't to get that kill. Fnatic now push the pistols after NaVi find a couple of rounds in a row. And Flamey, look at this aggression. Oh, he's fully blind. That's not good. Twist is going to take him down. These pistols already starting off strong, but good damage from Zeus in response will put Exist and Twist down low. Another Molotov to cut off this push, and you really cannot run through that right now if you're Fnatic. The only weapon they've even got is this SMG, and Zeus, while he will get dinged, and Twist running through the smoke. There's a second player here. Edward goes down, and Zeus luckily bails himself out of that situation by getting his 3rd kill of the round. 2 men left up for Fnatic, but, I mean, there's been some real casualties this time. Luckily enough, it shouldn't be a problem with Exist being so low.
Yeah, that's a nice easy cleanup. And going to be 4 kills for Zeus, who almost never fails to have a good time of things on Inferno here for NaVi. This is the buy coming back in now for Fnatic. The real worry for me is Brolin, currently sitting 0-5. Still yet to put up a kill. You kind of saw him rather slow down a little bit towards the end of the overpass game there for Fnatic. And, you know, those sorts of losses are going to be the ones that affect you the most, right? Where you've grinded out, you had the potential to win, not once, but twice. You know, first in regulation and then again in overtime. Then you lose it in the second OT. They're the ones that are going to be in your head the most. You know, you think about the 1 or 2 things you could have done differently in a round out. It's been you winning out the game. So Fnatic, they have to be able to bounce back. They have to demonstrate that resilience here on Inferno. Early on, focusing this time on the control of the apartment. It's already a good flash. Net Zeus, an early kill onto Brolin. His luck continues to turn sour as he's the first player dropped for Fnatic in this round.
Fnatic still looking like they want to commit towards this A play, and NaVi again, they're so keen to throw in these quad stacks. No fear of that at all. With Simple playing passive on B, NaVi still have almost the entirety of their team here, and Fnatic are walking right into it. We've got this bait set up on long. Minzo smokes us down. Flash is perfect. Electronic and Edward go right through, and look at those kills just flying through here for the CT side. NaVi in a really good spot right now, and Fnatic just left to 2 under-equipped players with no utility. Exist and Twist trying to salvage something from this round, hoping that someone from NaVi gives them a free kill. With 25 seconds, these guys need to probably die if they're going to go for this one. They do not want to die after time. NaVi have settled back to 2 players on B. Twist is going to start to show his face as Exist makes some noise up on short as well, drawing the attention away. And is Fnatic going to go? There we go, 12 seconds and the fight's finally come through. That could have been really, really problematic. You don't want to, even though your guns are worth more than the loss bonus you're about to get, you want level money with your team and you want to be buying up as a group. So important the Fnatic at least give it an attempt, try and take weapons away from NaVi. And even though they're unsuccessful and NaVi keep 5 alive in that buy round, at least Fnatic can go for this 1/2 buy before they have rifles in the 9th.
Yeah, it gives them just a little bit more to work with here and a chance to keep NaVi on that back foot. Now, 3 players over here towards Banana early on. They might try and set up simple at this portion of the map. Electronic actually quickly traded, and there's Brolin's first kill of the game. Going to be retrieving that M4 now. That gives him a bit more firepower to work with. There's armor across the board for the Fnatic guys, so he will be able to juggle that rifle around, and NaVi now rotating the majority of their players back into A, leaving just Edward at that B bomb site to anchor it down.
Well enough, that rotation from Simple is coming in through at the perfect timing. There is 1 smoke on Brolin, so that should be going towards the CT spawn here. That's the more likely option. If it does, it will cut Simple off, but no, he's moved into the ruins actually, so right now, if you're Fnatic, you want that cross smoke, but Simple playing around it, watching for any nades to come over the top, and now that CT smoke is in, the flash going over the top, and there's Simple peeking. He's got free reign over this bomb site due to the lack of utility from Fnatic. They may be wrapping his backline, but does he realize that JW's coming in for this backstab, potentially even a knife in this situation? Simple finding a check, but JW's there already, and there's the kill. Edward getting overwhelmed at the back of the site, and now Fnatic have made something out of nothing.
Oh, twist. Quick 180, able to go and drop Zeus, and now it is just Flamey left up. A lot of bodies still to put in bags, and Flamey up to the task. He is going to go ahead and to push on in, but Flash is holding him at bay for the time being. The AWP out as well on JW, such a problem, but Flamey caught trying to trade out to the CZ there. Brolin just going to peek on into him, picks up that 4th round for Fnatic.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you would do that in a 1v2. Like, you know it's going to make a noise. Maybe trying to force a peek as they think you're switching weapons, but yeah, that's just, you know, you're risking putting your crosshair down, and he does exactly that. The peek comes through at the same time, and the only idea I can think behind that is you're trying to force a peek from Fnatic with some noise, but either way, it actually costing him going down. 4-4. Double AWP here for NaVi. Pretty sick round for Fnatic to pick up on that B bomb site, as again, taking into account they had very, very little, and Simple even started off by dropping that first player. JW, oh, he gets tagged. He doesn't fire off and hit that second shot back to Simple, so Simple gets away unscathed. But there's damage across 3 players on the server, and Crims has finally had enough damage to finish him. As Exist flashes twist up Banana, looking to try and find this opener. Flamey's going to decapitate him, and kill by kill, this round is falling out of control of NaVi. JW's low due to this utility in the apartments, and while he looks for a kill, he's on 7 points of health. 1 bullet will spell his demise. And Brolin can't even get out to support him on short, because Simple has lockdown of long, and that smoke's not going to exactly help Brolin. It may put Simple away for a second, and actually during that timing, Brolin sneaks through, so this is very good. Electronic won't be ready for this, but he does have Edward holding his push.
Yeah, this is looking good for NaVi right now. Fnatic about to go walking blissfully unaware into these 3 players here. Inside of this A bomb site, Edward buying that much more time. Lands that flash. JW just to get caught by a stray bullet, and actually Edward doubles down, so he does all he has to and more as NaVi cement a 5th round to their name. Now you can see, I mean, it's just really Twist putting in numbers for Fnatic. No one else yet to step up and rise alongside him. Pause now cooled on in. Chance for the Swedes to try and figure out what's going so wrong and why they can't seem to crack this NaVi defense. Now, gonna go to drop in a B stream update for you here, Hugo.
Ooh.
14-8 in favor of Big.
Damn.
Over on Inferno. That's a pretty convincing performance from them thus far. They're currently currently 7-1 on their T-side half.
Who's fragging today here?
It's Smooya and Tabson, the usual suspects, top of the board. Tizian not continuing his great performance from Dust 2, but yeah, it doesn't matter when you have the other two doing the job. And this is also for the chance for Big to go flawless, at least thus far for today.
They've got a lot of games tonight as well, so a couple of warm-up matches versus Mousesports and some victories there would set them up for success. But talking of success, that is Edward spraying 2 kills down through a smoke with an A1S as well, not known for its spraying. But Edward gets it done. And look at the shift in NaVi as well. An aggressive start to the round. They've already fallen back to an extremely passive setup. Electronic in the pit, Simple playing back long. His third rotation coming onto that A-bomb site as Fnatic completely avoid Edward, and I don't blame them. He had a stellar... And he is not done just yet. Oh, Zeus. Very, very close up. He's actually not got Simple here as well to support him. He's fallen off of that long angle, and there's definitely going to be Fnatic checking this position. But does Brolin walk with his back turn? No, he does check it. And there's the kill from Fnatic to put them back into a good spot. Not really as much need for NaVi to play such an aggressive position, considering they have a 5-on-3, but maybe Zeus is trying to catch out Fnatic with a bit of an off angle. Not going to work. NaVi already starting to draw these rotates once again as Fnatic put 3 players on short with only Simple watching. Electronic is going to have to turn around once Simple makes the call, and there it is, they line up. He doesn't need any help. Simple finds 2, and the swing from Electronic will be that round done. 6-4 for NaVi. That is fantastic.
Yeah, Simple is very much getting warmed up now, even if the confidence boost is kind of handed to him there by the stars aligning, and also those Fnatic players aligning as well.
Now the money for Fnatic is the biggest disaster of this round, with NaVi obviously resetting in the previous round and coming in big with another to put them down to pistols. Edward has already started off with the nade, and the rush up Banana is going to be almost catching out one. Zeus does get wallbanged after all by the Glock. Flamey and Edward, only players left here on B. Edward almost got caught out, but luckily his Molotov does do the opposite, in fact, taking down Crims. And here's where the flank comes in from Electronic, just to make this round even more impossible. Mission very impossible, Harry, is back. And why not?
Yeah, NaVi feeling a very convincing CT side thus far. Fnatic, really grinding to a halt here. They haven't done all too much. They win the pistol, they win the 2 anti-ecos as well. They get given the 2 anti-ecos as a result of NaVi buying in that second round. Since then, they've only managed 1 in these rifles. So since the rifles have been out for NaVi, since they've had these buys, they've been on top of things. And this time, Fnatic going to try and challenge for Banana. They throw in that early utility to deny the fast peek, but Flamey, that's a nice flick to go out and find Crims. That advantage taken, and Fnatic, that was a real chance there for them to kickstart this round in a good way. Edward, who has been the biggest nuisance to try and deal with, will actually get flushed away from Banana, but he's afforded a bit of extra time to fall back. And oh, Simple's going to go peeking into this. Lots of aggression on this man. Twist does reside here. Oh, there we go. That will just be the, I guess, client-side Molotov incandescence, you know, messing up Simple there. Obviously, we can see. He could not. Twist. Now, the only man doing anything for Fnatic has to continue to live up to that title as he looks to try and forge a path for them in towards this B-bomb site.
A couple of flashes left up to get him into this position. He is pretty close by, but Simple's ready for it. The leg. Exist is actually bailing out his teammate with a quick kill, and Edwards at the back of the site, but as you said, he's been a pillar, unfortunately going down behind it. Roland's going to take that kill, and now, although NaVi having a man advantage, it's not going to be smooth sailing. They have a low player. Twist has picked up an AWP to play with. Brolin is on this corner as Zeus tries to force out a bullet, but he's getting tagged down himself. Look at the health of NaVi here. This could really be a problem for them on the retake, and they've got to hurry up if they're going to commit to this. The bomb's already half ticked. A shot from Twist is making everyone low as well, and there's a finishing shot to put Zeus. Another one from Twist. He's doing it all on his own here on the B-bomb site, continuing this incredible performance. One of the latest additions to Fnatic, but eventually plucked out of thin air. However, Flamey does not have the time to make this one work. He has got to move back and save, but Brolin will not give him the satisfaction. Fnatic, they get away with that round after all, Harry. What a ridiculous comeback.
But it still doesn't inspire confidence, and it's all on the back of Twist for the most part. You know, Brolin finds that kill at the end. He finishes the round with 2, but the real star once more is Twist. And if he can keep this up, then I have no issue with it. You know, if he can keep being the star man within this team, then you know, that's fine. But it's just, how long does that last? And Simple, still with the open hand, going to be turning his attention over here towards middle. Top in places. Almost gets caught leaving mid, but he is able to get away in time. Fnatic taking early control of the apartments and now focusing on Banana as well. Something I think is important to note is Edward's success rate over here at holding the top of Banana and finding the openers at this portion of the map have definitely gone down in the last few rounds. Fnatic dedicating a lot of utility to try and deal with Edward and the problems that he's been throwing their way. Now they're going to leave Banana. Now that they've forced NaVi off of it, they give up this portion of the map, setting up for A. And now I'm curious, with 3 players over here towards the B bomb site for NaVi, do we maybe see them re-aggress? They've set up into more passive positions. They have Edward for that rotation, and he's going to start to rotate back through Speedway.
Smokes are out. I think NaVi are going to be convinced pretty soon once they start to see this flurry of Fnatic players rounding the corner. Exist is going to be the first man in. Electronic doesn't have much support on the side, so he's going to get overwhelmed. Does get away with 1, but the smoke has cut off his 2 teammates up on the library, so JW able to get the trade, and the bomb plant's going down. Fnatic in a very good spot here. It's going to be so hard to retake, and 2 AWPs for NaVi spells disaster. Not sure how this one's going to be possible. And in fact, Flamey isn't even convinced. He's already backed off towards that B bomb site in full awareness of the fact that this is not going to happen. Wallbang doesn't come in for Simple. Brolin lives another few seconds, and every second that Fnatic wait without peeking spells more and more chance for NaVi to fall back and save. That will be the case. Just trying to keep Fnatic to go down with the bomb and actually affect this T economy. But if anything, it's coming back to hurt NaVi because they're losing players on this exit. Nice shot from Simple, and Brolin will hold onto his gun. Again, a round where only 1 player survives for Fnatic, but they're still winning these rounds, Harry, and 6 on the T side so far. This is damn good.
Yeah, I think, you know, one of the reasons why you still think NaVi are looking decent is that all of theirs coming into these, you know, been rifle rounds once again. Similar sort of situation what we saw Fnatic in on Overpass, where it's always been that slog, it's always been that grind to, you know, try and best the other team's economy. And finally, we do have NaVi at that breaking point, so a chance for Fnatic to start to string a few of these rounds together. The utility is already looking more limited here. The AWPs were carried forward at the very least, and that's what's allowed them to facilitate a bye in this round, but they will be reset into the last of the half if they lose this one, meaning you'll be force buying what you can. And at which point, Fnatic looking good to maybe even win out the half. And we note, you know, whenever we've seen RV play on this map, one man who drops off significantly, or maybe not significantly, but quite a bit over on that T side is Simple. And he's been top of the board right now for NaVi. They really need every CT side round they can get. And this one becomes that much more important now with the reset looming.
Oh no. Oh, that's so awkward. Flamey just moved out of that hallway, and Electronic, he was watching the right side. He was meant to have a teammate back him up, but Flamey repositions, and that leaves Electronic kind of hung out to dry. NaVi needed that kill, especially considering it's Brolin who's been opening up a lot of these rounds and been the man surviving every single time. The rock for this team right now, alongside Twist. Now with the man advantage, make that a double. Crims is taking down Simple. Edwards trying to hold on to this R trap, and he does it with 2 frags. The problem is, he's the B rotate player, and B is empty. Fnatic have realized this, and they're starting to throw utility in and taking control. Edward can rotate, and he has an incendiary to try and cut this off, but the bomb plant will surely still come in. He's not going to be up on coffins in time to stop that. And Fnatic still have a smoke for that position as well. NaVi ready for this with a hot flank up Banana, but there's still a player here.
Well, he's been very, very quickly dealt with, though. Bomb plant looks to come in. They try to deny it, and if they did, maybe it would have been a very different outcome of this round. There was so little time left, but now Flamey. 1v3 could be possible, but they're going to play it safe. They're going to elect to hold on to this AWP. 7-7, and a good chance at Fnatic are the team to win out this half now, as NaVi going to have no money to work with into this last round of the first half.
Yeah, that AWP is pretty important to save here for Flamey. And he's been a really good secondary AWPer for this team on NaVi, really coming into his own as of late in the last few months. Getting better and better at hitting some really nice shots. Very unfortunate situation in the apartments this round. They really got caught out by the timing. And Fnatic, again, storming on with his strong T side. Now looking to take the lead here in the final round of the half. And definitely got a good chance of doing so with NaVi having to scramble a charity shot buy together. They are fleecing the pockets, looking for spare change. And they come out empty-handed. SMG, shotgun, pistol, FAMAS, AWP. We've got nothing really here for NaVi apart from this AWP, and that needs to really be a key opener for this round. Twist is posted on the banana, and Flamey's gone for it, but the Molotov in his face, he's actually going to be inquisitively aggressive, and there's the flash in. Twist is going to win the duel. Flamey peeks right back into his own death. And that spells disaster for Fnatic. The AWP will be knocked back by the grenade, so Zeus does retrieve it. The Simple attempts to get aggressive with his own flashbang in middle. He won't find a thing.
Ooh, gonna get digged down by Simple, so still a chance for NaVi in this round, as Simple wants to make that apparent. 4 on 4 now, Fnatic. Gonna be throwing that gun away and outside of the map. JW, in the meantime, up here towards top mid. Electronic spotted him and could get caught with a knife out. Indeed, he most definitely does. That there is the A bomb site. Wide open. Open for business. You know, no one's home. The lights are on, but no one's in. Simple peering on through. Maybe able to find anything. The bomb plot going to come in for Fnatic here. And now NaVi left 3v4 in this retake.
With that bomb down, that might just seal the deal here. Retaking so difficult on Inferno, and especially when you're half the manpower of your opposition. Twist already posted on short, going to take down Zeus. Now it is just Edward. 1v4 for the last round of the half. I think it's safe to say the Fnatic are going to be running forward with an 8th round lead on this T side, much how they did in Inferno. However, that being on the CT side. Oh, sorry, Overpass, I mean. And Edward just looking to pad those stats. I don't blame him. This round's not happening. Oh, no, not going to happen. Twist gets rid of him, and wow, what a performance from Twist here in this first half. 20 kills in 15 rounds. The top fragger on the server, of course, and he has just been one of the keys for Fnatic to actually having this lead. Really bailing them out of some awkward spots, Harry. But again, as equal as you can get on the half, and that only just bodes well for another overtime matchup. And NaVi love a good overtime, Harry, especially on Inferno.
Yeah, they certainly do. I mean, NaVi just love a good overtime, full stop. Yeah. Just end the sentence there. But for Fnatic, they've been impressive. I think, you know, like since bringing Brolin in, they've looked good. You know, a little bit rejuvenated almost, perhaps. There's some fresh energy in this team. And, you know, Twist having just an absolutely fantastic game. I'm not going to be throwing too much credit Brolin's way. While he is the second highest performer, Twist has been the standout man. My one big question was, while that was fine over on the T side, you know, you have Twist clutching out these rounds, you have Twist opening up the bomb sites, you have Twist doing everything. Now on the CT side, it can be very easy just to nullify that by never even approaching this man.
It's a scary factor indeed. Yeah, and actually looking at that scoreboard, it really is kind of underwhelming for everyone, apart from Twist. Brolin's at 9, but I mean, other than that, it's definitely not a good sign for Fnatic. But with an 8-round lead on the T side as well of Inferno, I'd like to think that everyone will be able to step up now in their own. You know, maybe Twist taking all the kills, so no one else from Fnatic can have any. That seems to be the case for Crims. Again, he was pretty influential on Overpass on that B-bomb site on the T side, so having 4 kills here in the first 15 rounds of this map doesn't really bode too well for him either. Let's find out in the second half, Harry. Again, this is all we'll be seeing of NaVi tonight. We're not having any repeat games, so we won't have, I imagine, as many close matchups as we had yesterday, right? Because those seem to already be in NaVi's hand. We had like 3 16-14s, all from that one team. Let's continue the trend here. I want a nice close game, especially considering how these two teams seem to be fairly well matched up against each other. That was the case on the previous. And now, as we head into the CT pistol round, we see what Fnatic have in store. A couple of nades for the banana, a triple setup, not quite the full rush that NaVi showed on their pistol. But NaVi They're going to be fighting it back up in the banana. Ooh.
And it's already a good start from Twist once again. We said how they could have just looked to try and avoid him. Simple. This is one back. The bomb's already rotated away back towards this A bomb site, and now things get a bit problematic for Fnatic. Roland's still down in the pit here, not sold on this B push, and with good reason. You can see the odds as well provided by the wonderful folks over at Betway. Now see Fnatic as the favorites. NaVi, they're looking to try and defy the odds and beat this game as they have clawed their way back into this pistol round tooth and nail. Crim's going to manage one more. Now the bomb. Oh, back down, Banana it goes. Once again, it's not too keen on this B bomb site. The only issue is they've sacrificed absolutely everybody, leaving now just Simple up. Bomb on his back and a minute left on that clock.
Yeah, after they showed that bomb on A, Simple probably could have committed to the site because there was only Brolin there. But in fact, that rotate back towards B has ended up in NaVi walking into their death. Exist hitting his shots alongside Twist on this site. Now Simple just patiently waiting for any kind of aggression. But Fnatic, there's no reason to rotate. They have Brolin anchoring the pit. They have 2 players on B to make sure that this site is not going to be lost. And Simple has 25 seconds to get something done and to try and find this plant. He sees both players but realizes there's no time to rotate. He's got to make the best out of a bad situation. That's a nice start. Think the Crims, but sorry, that's Exist. And he gets a kill anyway. 3 frags, 6 HP. Not stopping him. And 9-7 now. Fnatic taking that second pistol round into this map. That's both for them as well. That's one factor to take into account. This game is very close, but Fnatic had the 3-round lead after NaVi forced on their second CT round after losing pistol. We remember Twist picking up that huge ace to start off this map, and he is not slowed down as a result. Let's see if this round is any different. We have JW on a pistol. We have the rifles up now for Fnatic, and again already the man on your screens, Twist, getting aggressive down Banana. Crims is going to be joining him, and NaVi don't have any buy into this round, so this is what you would expect from Fnatic. Set up your SMG, I was about to say plural, but just one to make some money. Don't lose too many players on the way.
Yeah, that's what they're really hoping to do, is keep this clean over on the side of Fnatic. That's sort of the order now that's been expected of these CT teams. If you do manage to find the pistol, you want to try and build up as much money as you can. JW just with this PT50 trying to save some extra cash so we can bring that AWP out. Let's find some damage on a Simple, and yeah, Fnatic looking to keep this one clean, pretty standard. Don't want to let this bomb go down, and there should be no way that NaVi let that get that bomb into the bomb site anyway. So they're going to be reaching a 10th here. Fnatic into the double digits before this buy comes in for NaVi. We saw though Fnatic on Overpass. They were the team to reach match point twice in a row, and then it still ended up going the way of this NaVi side. You can never count them out. That's the issue with this NaVi squad. And for me, there's still such an emphasis on Twist being really the only man we've still seen all that much from for this Fnatic roster, at least in this game. And it has been a good recovery from the rest of the guys, right? They were behind on like 3 kills each at the start of this half, so they have started to get back into this now. And that's what we're going to need to see if Fnatic have any chance of closing out this map in their favor.
Yeah, but we haven't quite hit these rifle rounds, and that's when the pressure really starts. Twist gets aggressive, and Edward's going to line up both kills here. He even spots a third, but really nice play from Edward to not commit to that fight. He's already got 2. You don't need a third kill. Let Fnatic adjust their setup and go for this 2-man B play. It's actually going to be a 3-man B play. NaVi could even double back and take the A site with no CT control. And this is the kind of round where, regardless of where you're committing, a lurk is going to be so valuable here. If NaVi send 1 player into B alone or 1 player into A alone, they're going to get so much info. So, considering Fnatic are playing 3 at the top of Banana, I find it very, very unlikely that NaVi are going to rush into this one. And even if they do, they're going to spot these players. That Molotov cuts off the retreat, but Simple's fully flashed by his own teammate. Exist winning that duel, and Simple does trade, but does he check the sandbags? Yes, he does. Brolin's dead. And even with 1 player left on the B-bomb site, it's only JW. NaVi are all over this one, and they might even expect him being in this position, but Simple doesn't check it. He flicks back round, and JW's dropped the bomb, and Zeus. He's going to make this one work in a 1v2.
Yeah, the bomb's dropped, and the rest of NaVi are so far away. JW's given precious time to get into a different position here, but round in the corner, still reloading, and Edward honed in on that position. NaVi will be finding themselves an 8th round, and on the back of it, you can see what this has done to Fnatic's economy. It's back down in the dumps. There isn't any money here for the Swedes to work with. It's So likely maybe just going to see, I was going to say a partial investment, but they try and go for this. So Crim's going to be donning the AWP, not usually an AWP, but rest of the guys with a bit of a buy together. The only issue is it doesn't feel like it's going to be enough to best NaVi, and now I get a little bit worried here because this could be Navi's way back to an equal scoreline. If they pick this up, no money for Fnatic into this next round, you finally do just have to take the eco. This could be the way back into the game for NaVi.
Yeah, classic, right? Seen it happen before already today. Zeus is up the top of Banana. He's afforded a lot of control here, but he's kind of hung out to dry in a bit of an awkward spot. No incendiaries on Fnatic to get him out of this position, but Crims is trained in with the AWP on Banana. He's probably on that close right angle, though, so I doubt he can even see Zeus in this spot. Yeah. Okay. Zeus just walks into it, and Crims is going to catch that frag, and now do NaVi commit towards B? Because they know an AWP is in position. In fact, they don't give a damn. They're setting up smokes. They're going for this full play. Twist up on the boost as well is another factor that NaVi need to account for, because if Crims takes all their attention away, Twist, he can get a kill or two and drop off that top of the box. He's playing anti-flash right now. No utility on this B-bomb site here for the CT side. That Molotov has failed. It's actually, no, it hasn't. It is going to spread. Twist is down to 4 HP and he burns to a crisp. Flame even takes down Crims, pre-aiming that back spot. Really nice utility from NaVi. And that's going to get them into this round and close it out as well, because Flamey's found 3 kills. There's no way Fnatic are retaking.
How on earth has Flamey managed this? Putting the Krieg to fantastic use. The hat-trick in this round. And now just Brolin and JW left up. They're going to go ahead and have to save NaVi. Moving in to a 9th round. Simple even hunting down at JW. Brolin, I mean, getting out of this with a UMP and armor, that's hardly anything to write home about if you are the young Swede. That's all they're going to have with them into this next round. So NaVi, a good chance here that they equal this out. And even then, Brolin, look at this. It's like moths to a flame, or vultures to a corpse. They pick the bones of Fnatic dry. As NaVi edge ever closer to an equal scoreline once again.
What do we even have here for Fnatic? It's a full eco. As you said it yourself, just that prior round, Harry, that could have been the opportunity to get NaVi into this game once again. And in fact, you have been proven right, because Fnatic giving up everything in this round. And NaVi know it as well. We got Zeus on a Mach 10. No AWP up against these pistols. A good boost in middle, but Simple's going to cut the bottom man down and does get dinked on the retreat. With that boost spotted, it's very common to have 3, maybe 4 players up on this A bomb site, so that's why Zeus has crept into B. He's also on a Mach 10, so he doesn't really care if he dies, because if Fnatic get that gun, it's of no value to them being armorless. Zeus is going to get another kill, and with that, he knows B is empty, so he calls for the bomb to come join him. Electronic running up Banana, and Fnatic, I mean, they know this round's over, but in the back of their minds, they know if they also rotate to CT spawn, NaVi are just going to pluck them out of that part of the map. So stay in your grouped up setup, have that at least multi-kill potential, and keep your eyes on this this chase from NaVi, because they're definitely going for it. They're definitely going to hunt down these pistol players. Roland just avoids that flashbang, but this wrap from Zeus is actually going to be the perfect position. He's not coming in from long, he's coming in from the A bomb site.
Oh, well, exist. Okay, no, he's not going to find anything. 10th round for NaVi, Hugo. And we are all tied up here. 10-10. And these last few players getting hounded down. Zeus even going to be there to finish off. Brogan. BW going to manage one, but there we go. 10-10, all tied up, and now the buy looking to come on in from Fnatic. What are they going to have? There's no AWP out right now for the Swedes, Hugo. That could be critical, because, you know, you take a look over at NaVi, they don't have one either, but they do have that Krieg on Flamey, and that's been pretty terrifying to have to deal with in and of itself. Feeling a bit like a more mobile AWP even, you know, with how Flamey's been using it at least. There's going to be 3 players up to roll mid. Electronic does take a hefty bit of damage early on here. The nades rain back in return, though. Fnatic losing HP on Twist and Crims over here towards Banana. But NaVi, minute and 30, they've still got all the time in the world before they make their mind up. The one issue is going to be Twist down at the base of Banana, Crims up at the top. with Twist in such a forward position, you can even start to see maybe Crim starts to peel away, head back towards this A bomb set. But NaVi, they're moving fast, much faster than normal. Brolin is going to bail out JW, but they don't have an incendiary. They don't have much to put in the way of this offensive from NaVi right now. Crims try as he might to keep them in it. Now the pressure falls to JW, and he's been brought down low, but Exist has managed to drop the bomb. It's back and forth. Now just Electronic and Edward in this round, but it's this monstrous flank from Twist that should seal their fate.
Yeah, and just like that, Edward dead, Electronic stuck in a 1v3. And there's 2 players in the apartments. Crims is even watching this backline. Electronic can't even flank Twist. So that bomb being down in the pit, Electronic chooses to avoid it for now. And I mean, this is just a masterclass from Fnatic. Even Exist expects this push up, so he's gone extremely passive, and there's no way Electronic will be ready for this position. Walks in with his back turned, Exist gets the kill. And I mean, that is a real I don't even know what to say about that round for Fnatic. Just playing that 3v1 to perfection, not giving NaVi an inch. Or Electronic more so. But 11-10 now. And Fnatic are back on the board. We have NaVi without a lot to play with. Oh, sorry. We have NaVi with a full buy-in. AWP for Simple. Flamey's up on that Krieg. And yeah, no AWP for Fnatic once again. That's still been a recurring factor here for the CT side. But Simple's going to try and take an optimistic fight up Banana. Those Molotovs hitting him. They actually collide mid-air, these two CTs. They're going to go back in with a peek, and they might line up. Simple's in a really good angle here, and that flashbang's perfect, but he doesn't care. Shot anyway going through. Crims has been tagged by Simple, and Exist will catch him on the jump, but Zeus does cut down Exist, leaving Crims hung out to dry with the Molotovs behind him. He does get one for his troubles, and that's incredible that he gets even that.
Yeah, just JW left up now. This bomb for NaVi still not even close to going down just yet. They've got plenty of time to reposition. The only issue is JW maybe finds this one-on-one. Maybe that gives him a way back into the round, but no, Flamey is poised and ready. It's a team ace from NaVi. Everyone pulling their weight. 11-11, all tied up now, Hugo. Straight back into this, and the issue with NaVi picking up that round, if you're Fnatic, or if you're just Swedish in general and you love this team, is that now their economy has been just laid waste to. There's no money here for this CT side, and that's been a reoccurring problem. NaVi have so much money, they've just bought an extra gun and thrown it around, doing nothing with it.
I mean, Zeus has even left his pistol in spawn. Not interested. Only needs a primary. And maybe he's trying to harvest some of Fnatic's because they're on that USP bonanza. Triple setup on this B bomb site early on. NaVi looking like they just want to burst in without too much information. This usually could be a problem, but up against pistols, I would imagine this shouldn't be too much of an issue. Nice kill from Exist after Zeus takes down Crims, but the more players that die on this B bomb site, the more Fnatic kind of want to probe into it. And they've spotted a bit of a stack, but with JW going down on A, this is going to be easier and easier by the second. Fnatic doing a good job of actually getting a couple kills here. And Brolin, he's pushed down second mid, and he's taking down Edward as well. This is getting increasingly dangerous by the second, especially if Brolin can catch this last kill, but Flamey is ready for it. He hears the footsteps. No bomb needed for NaVi in that round. And 12-11, Harry. It's happened again. They're back in the lead. Fnatic looks so good on the CT side. They had the 8-7. They had the pistol round and conversion. But NaVi, when it comes to the rifle rounds, it has been all theirs.
Yeah, it most certainly has. NaVi, a chance here to continue building on this lead as well. Fnatic with absolutely no money. Well, now maybe towards the apartments early on. Using it to do anything just yet. We've seen them enjoy taking control of this portion of the map, and Fnatic not really throwing anything too aggressive out there as well, playing very, very passively. Brolin and JW have this attempted crossfire set up, and JW just misses the timing there to spot Flamey. This could spell disaster for Exist as he just meanders across inside of this bomb site. Actually does do a favorable bit of damage onto Flamey. He's going to come out worse, though, at the end of that. Now 55 seconds. NaVi, once again, looking to try and keep things a bit faster here. That incendiary does hold back the man up in apartments. They've already wrapped along. JW doing damage. Brolin and Crim's going to start to put up some numbers now as well. Fnatic starting to claw their way back into this round in spite of how close NaVi have got to this bomb site. They haven't found anything yet. Electronic finally picks up one man. Crim's going to fall as well as he tries to put the Krieg to use. And now we're into a 3-on-3 that really feels like it never should have been. But look at that bomb. It's all the way down Banana. It's about to run into Twist. What a man to run into as well. Simple v Twist. It's Clash of the Titans over here at Banana, and Simple's going to win it out. That could have been the end of the round there. Now NaVi gonna get this bomb down. Brolin's not ready for Electronic, and that'll be NaVi moving up 13-11.
And even though that bomb went down on B, Electronic got 4 kills on that A site, killing every single player there. So sick round from him. Again, probably didn't make a huge amount of difference in terms of getting that planted, but even his frags forced rotations off of B, which allowed Simple to bring that bomb up and Twist. 2 more seconds of patience and he probably wins that round, but he goes rushing into Simple, and those couple of footsteps give him the chance to react and get that shot off with the AWP. Really nice work. And that's a shame as well. As you say, you know, Twist. What a player to run into. That's not the player that you you wanna fight, but luckily NaVi don't have a problem there. And now Harry 13-11. And they're about to sneak into an MTA bomb site just to make matters even more difficult for Fnatic. Push up on long from Edward. He's not aware of the fact that there's a player at the back of Library as well, but Crims gets the kill regardless. Flamey needs to be careful because JW's actually crept his way into the corner. But that bomb's down anyway, so NaVi's still guaranteed this round. And all Flamey spots Brolin. Aware of the repeak, but on the wrong side. Brolin's just trying to bait Flamey into JW here. He has his back turned as well. Oh, JW taking his time, and that will cost him. He's going to go down. Simple even finishes off Brolin as well. And 14-11 here. We are going to be seeing Fnatic on their last possible buy. NaVi could take this game convincingly, Harry, and that's something we don't see every day.
Yeah, it's been a pretty quick one here from NaVi, all things considered. At least right now. There's still time for that to change, Hugo. Last time we saw NaVi reach 14 rounds versus a team that was North, and that then ended up being an overtime game that went the way of the Danes. Now the Swedes, the other Scandinavian boys, looking to try and do the repeat run. Brim's boosted up. Over here towards Banana, edging forward, tries to peek over the top of this smoke. Electronic shows an elbow or two, but that ultimately not going to be enough for Crims to find anything other than a bit of information. Edward. See this double setup over here towards short, triple setup rather, actually. It's a risky idea to run. Has that surprise factor? You have the numbers as well if they do go barreling on in, but the amount of times that we see this happen and the players up in balcony just end up finding all the kills necessary. Flamey has managed one, but will he be ready for the other two? The rest of the guys now blitzing their way out through middle. They have to be cautious. They smoke off long. They're going to be exposing themselves to these two players holding mid, but Flamey and Electronic, they've mopped up everybody. Suddenly it is just Twist and Crims left to try and deny NaVi match point.
Yeah, and plenty of time for that bomb plant. NaVi are not sparing any expense. They've got all the utility left up as well for this post plant, but none of it needed. Electronic with another shot to Twist, and just Crim standing. He's not going to be able to win this round unless he goes now, because no kit, bomb already half ticked, and 3 players of NaVi still standing up on this T side. Electronic, he has had some fantastic rounds on this T side. Another multi-kill, 3 frags in this one, 4 in the previous buy round. And these are all up against fully equipped Fnatic as well. He's not getting anti-eco frags, Harry. He's having huge impact on some of the most important rounds in this game. And now only one more needed for NaVi to take it over the line, to take the victory against Fnatic. We've got a shotgun or 2. We've got a P90. I mean, Fnatic are really just pulling out everything and anything they can. And right now, it doesn't seem like it's enough. Twist gives it a go on Banana, but it's a 1-for-1 that Simple will take happily.
Ooh, JW gonna spot out Flamey. He does come out worse in that fight, and as you say, I mean, this buy from the Swedes, this is dire to try and keep you in this game. The Alligator gonna be up here in the hands of Exist. Exist, line and wait, takes that first peek. Now the Alligator roars to life, finds the first onto Electronic. He has his crossfire as well. That's Crims nearby. He's just toying with Edward right now. Luckily enough, Simple going to go ahead and bail him out as he does pick up Crims, who attempts to peek in while their attention's being drawn away. Just JW and Brolin still up, and 2v3 in what could be their final attempt at holding back NaVi, stopping them picking up this map.
Good bit of utility still up, but Brolin, he's got a long rotation to make, and NaVi might have that bomb down before he's even in the spot. JW, he can jump shot from the coffin here and drop that bomb from going down, but Simple's already killed his teammate in the spawn, and they know exactly where JW sits. 1v3, 5 points of health just left, and this is a done deal. Flamey's finished it off, and a big 3k round from Simple there as NaVi, finally, not a 30-round game. They're going to take it in good form and take down Fnatic tonight, able to win both their matches again, and NaVi storm forward as one of the most dominant teams in the Pro League so far.
Yeah, I think this now sees them with the highest win percentage as well out of all the teams, and they coming into this, this is their first week of play. They didn't play any initially, and they've been looking absolutely fantastic since we saw them. Since we kind of saw their debut, they've been looking unreal. You've just quickly stepped out of the picture. You were very excited, to get these analyst boys in here, or just boy, I guess, singular. It's Chad and Trace. We're going to start to bring them back into the fray now. How you guys doing?
Can always appreciate a good on-the-spot correction. Thank you very much, guys. Your hard work is noted. As in, I saw someone writing your name in the production room. Now, so let's go ahead and talk about this Inferno matchup. NaVi so far have been pushed to the test a couple times, but in this route, at least, didn't look nearly as tested.
Yeah, but the thing is, these are still close games, right? You have to look at all the matches that they've played within the last 2 days. They've all been down to the wire games. And we actually have one of those pivot rounds, one of those impact rounds that I was talking about through the pre-show, even when we kicked off today, about where they really come on top. So before we get this one playing, look at the scoreline, Trace. We're looking at 12-11. Right now, the buy is pretty damn good for that of Fnatic, and they're not in too much of a bad spot. If we just direct our attention up to the minimap as per usual, we can see they've already been able to rotate 4 members over, and they've actually been able to hold them off with good utility usage. You can see here 2 players over towards the arch side, ready to deal with some players, and they've already found 2 kills within this round. You've got 2 people anchoring the bomb site, 1 in the bomb site itself and 1 in the pit, so these are very strong positions. And over towards B, just in case, they've left Twist. Now, as we start playing this one out, this is the impact. These are the pivot rounds, and this all is on 1 man of Electronic. You can see here, nice and close to the library, you're going to find this kill. JW doesn't look the right way. Now, the trades are going to happen. They're going to step out, go for this kill. He grabs another frag. Now, look at this. Let's just pause it for 1 second. Old boy Simple with the bomb, knows the jig's up, know the rotation towards the A bomb site is in, and he's rotating back towards B. But Twist, instead of rotating off of those 2 kills, is actually pushing to make sure this isn't a possibility. Let's play this one out. And this is where you see the individualism, how good they can be at making kills and turning rounds on its head, because we're about to see this exchange go down. Twist is ready. Twist should have the jump on him here. Steps on out. Simple with the kill. That's basically round over. Now, all of this has to be on the big impact frags initially made from Electronic. We're going to catch them right here, right now. This is the boy himself. 1 for him. Trade comes in. Right. Oh, you're going to die as well. That's 3 and 4.
And at this point, of course, when he's at the library, they've already taken into consideration that the heavy rotates on.
Yeah.
The entire side of Fnatic has fully committed into rotating this A-bomb site and kicking off this retake game. And for what it's worth, we've got Electronic hanging out in the library, making as much noise as possible.
The books.
Somebody get this guy out of the library. He's way too loud for whatever it's worth. Either way, we do see NaVi picking up another win here, Chad.
Yeah, and this was just good mid-round right there, and at a pivotal round, a pivotal point of the game, where they're able to take, the commanding lead, and from that point, seal the deal. And when you put a pressure on the CT economy that late in the game, it becomes much easier to whittle down the rounds. They get lower on utility. It's much more difficult for them to put up too much of a fight. But while we are mentioning Twist, he had a fantastic first half performance. Even to kick things off, he had that massive play on the pistol round. I think he was about 10 kills ahead of his teammates for the majority of this game. He only ended on 25, but that's a sign of the times. Everyone felt like they called off on this Fnatic side.
They did do exactly that, and what we saw was an overtime within the first map. This one looked just a little bit more calm from the NaVi side, I might say. A little bit not really being pressured into a lot of those
business as usual
situations. Yes.
Yeah, returning back to a bit of normality there. So there have definitely been highlights. Fnatic are showing positive signs. Think about how short of a period of time this roster's been together. I think JW made a tweet after their debut games. They only had 2 days to practice with Broland. So these are really good signs. They've already shown depth in map pool. I think now they've played 5 or 6 maps, and they don't have a winning record at this point. But when you come in, you get thrown into the fire. Mate, it's not easy, and they're showing good signs regardless.
Well, perhaps Fnatic can play faster and get more antiquated. There we go. Yeah. More antiquated with their new lineup and use hashtag play faster like you should be doing on your favorite social media platforms. Chad, what else is on the agenda?
Well, we have more games coming up this evening, Trace.
have
We're only
that.
2 games in, and we still have G2 versus North to come.
We do. We've got G2 North on Inferno in Nuke. And I think this road to Odense is starting to shape up quite nicely. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we've got 4 more maps for you, ladies and gentlemen. Inferno, Nuke, Dust 2, and Nuke again. Be here with us when we come back.